Well, good morning all. Up on the river, beautiful morning. I'm up here a little earlier than normal. I got up, it was pretty dark when I got up and headed out. Don't got Jeff with me today. He's right in the middle of baseball. So I got to pack my own stuff down here. That's why we're here early. Now we're back in the spot that Jeff and I were working. I'm guessing a couple, 3 weeks ago. And I want to pull some boulders and expose more bedrock down in this area I was working. I really like the looks of the bedrock and the looks of the gravel. It just, to me, it's picture perfect. Well, I got to pull some boulders, so that's why we're here so early, is I want to get all the hard work done before the sun starts beating down on me. So right now, I'm going to grab some chains, some straps, and let's move a few boulders and see if we can expose some bedrock. Well, it didn't take long to lose the sweatshirt. Now, this boulder, the one I'm sitting on, and this boulder are what I'm planning to move. I got my anchor point already set up here. When you're setting up an anchor point, what I like to do is put the strap where you'd like your anchor point to end, or where your come-along hook's on, and then from that point you can figure out which way is the best way to go and the best thing to tie to. We just got started and we already have a change of plans. These rocks down here, number one, it's too hard to work around them because of the water. And then I got to thinking there's really no reason to move those because they're in the water. So we're going to start by trying to pull this big one. Hopefully I can get it over these, and that way we can go forward on dry land. Okay, at this point, I'm going to check my straps, make sure everything behind me is still good. It's not the best. It can slip. If it does slip, it's going to go towards the camera, so I'm going to stay on this side, and hopefully it won't slip, but it's a pretty good sized rock, so we'll find out. Another bad thing about this setup is it's really hard to winch and look at the rock at the same time. Okay, we got quite a bit of pressure. I want to see if we're moving it at all. Okay, I don't see no movement, so I'm going to grab the bar and dig a couple of these smaller rocks out of in front of it. I've been digging on this gap between these two boulders for quite a while because this gravel is just unbelievably packed in here. So I think at this point I'm going to dig a little bit of this gravel up and knock loose and pan it just to see what's in there. Now today I did bring the big pan because I'm planning on doing a lot of panning today. We got our first pan of gravel, and I can pan right here, so let's see if there's any gold in this. I got quite a bit of root material in here. I'm going to clean it a little bit, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because, as a general rule, root holds flower gold real well, but I'm not looking for flower gold. Now, looking at the gravel that's coming out of the pan, it's really heavy gravel, so I'm really liking this spot. Okay, first thing we want to look at is our black sand, and it's fairly coarse. That's a good sign. Okay, let's see if we got any gold in here. Oh, I got gold showing up already. All right, that's not a bad pan for our first pan. Okay, let's see here, we got a pretty good spread of gold and one nice piece. Well, I got that cleaned up, and yeah, the big piece went in the snuffer bottle, so it wasn't that big. Okay, well, I'm gonna do a little more digging, and I think I'm gonna stockpile the gravel for right now. Since we know there's gold in it, we don't want to just cast it aside. But I want to see if we can move this rock, because that's kind of going to tell us what we're going to do. And I don't want to spend all day digging gravel and find out I don't have time to move around this rock. Okay, back to work. I just got done re-rigging. I had to change my angle. I was pulling it into another rock over here. Now I'm trying to pull it this way. Hopefully it'll roll over. Then I can drag it back a little. We'll see what happens. Got some serious pressure on it now. It seems to be bound up. I really didn't want to do this, but I guess I gotta go to the truck and get the big bar. Well, rather than hike back to the truck, I decided to re-rig it, see if I can pull it more from the center rather than just from the end. One thing I wanted to mention here is when you're pulling a rock and it's getting to the point where it might fall, you want to make sure you got it rigged so your hook is always on top. So once it does fall over, you can get your chain unhooked and pull it out. Where if the hook's down on the bottom, it makes it tough. Okay, well, I'm gonna pull on this, see if re-rigging did any good. Looks like it's pretty solid right where it is. I may just leave it right there because what I want to get to is wide open now. I'm gonna pull that rock over there, and then once I get that out of there, I'm gonna grab the detector and hit this real quick with the detector. Well, I thought I could just roll this thing over, but now that I get down there and look at it, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was. I think we got to winch it up a little more. Okay, now hopefully my chain's going to come undone when it falls. Well, I think we're at the point where it's going to fall. And we got our chain back. Perfect. Okay, get all the metal out of here so we can do a little metal detecting. Well, that's a good target. That's right down at the deepest point. We got one up there. So we got two good targets right where we pulled that rock from. Okay, let's do a little digging. Okay, well, we got the target in the pan. I'm gonna take it down and pan it. Now, I kind of messed up my panning spot here by putting the boulder in the way, so I'll be right back. Well, got that panned out. And our target was a little piece of iron, and I left it sitting on a rock down there, but I do have some gold. Now this gold is a lot finer than the last gold we found, which is kind of bothering me, but let me show you what we got. Now you can see in here, or hopefully you can, we've got quite a bit of gold, but it's all pretty fine. I'm going to clean this up with the snuffer bottle. Then we're going to jump in there and find that lower target. That lower target sounds a lot better to me. I've been digging on this spot trying to get to that lower target. And if I had a place to put the camera, I'd show you. But I hit bedrock and it worked down into a nice little catch. And I got the target in the pan. I no longer have a target down in the hole. I do have a target up on the side over here a little bit, but we're gonna see what this target is because it sounds really good. So I'll be right back. Got that pan, and the good news is our target was gold. We got some nice little pieces here. Let me show you. You can see here we got a couple. This one right here is really chunky, but we got some nice little pieces out of there. I'm going to clean these up and hit that area with the metal detector, and my stomach's telling me lunch happened a long time ago. So I think what I'll do is give that a quick once over with the metal detector, and then we'll take a break for lunch. Well, good news. 2 of those pieces wouldn't go in the snuffer bottle. Okay, now I'm gonna break for lunch. Okay, I went over this metal detector and I got several targets. I got one right here. That one sounds good to me. Then I got one over here. Then I have a real light one down here on the bottom. I don't know if you can hear that or not. It's pretty light target, but it's right in the crevice. So we got 3. The one up here is probably iron. I'm hoping the one down in that crevice is gold, and the one over here sounds really good. So we're gonna go for the easy one first, see what that one is. Pull all this stuff off the top back. And then we'll check it again. Now what we're hoping for is as we dig down, the target gets louder. Well, our target's getting a little bit louder as we go down, but it looks like we got a crevice down here. Let me pull a little more of this gravel back. That is right in that crevice. Okay, I'm gonna grab the pan and see if we can get the target out of there. Well, whatever it is, it's in the pan. I'm gonna do a little more digging in this crevice. This crevice looks pretty good. That's about as clean as I can get that crevice. I'm gonna check it one more time. Yeah, I'm getting nothing. Okay, I'm gonna go pan that out. I'll be right back. Got that panned out, and our target's a little piece of gold. Nice little round nugget. And the funny thing is, there is no fine gold in with it, which is kind of weird. We've been finding fine gold in every pan. Let me show you this. Okay, now, I don't know how well that's showing it, but it's a nice little round piece, and it makes noise. The fact that there was no fine gold at all in that pan makes me think that this side of this channel I'm following up here has the higher flow, because that came out of a different crack. The earlier pans we've been doing have come from this side, which I think there's probably more of a back eddy on this side, so we're getting finer gold over here. That piece we just got was our heaviest piece yet, which tells me that this is the side that's getting hit the hardest with the water. Kind of wanting to do a little more detecting on this side, see if we can pick up any more larger pieces. If not, then we'll drop over here and get those. We have 2 targets over here yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and chase this side, going after the heavy stuff first. Okay, we got us a target right in here. It sounds good, but we got to pull a lot more of this gravel back. See if it increases in sound as we go down. Now that is some good heavy gravel right there. This is what we're looking for. Okay, let's check, see if it's still there. Closer we get to bedrock, the louder it's getting. That's good. Okay, well, I got this dug pretty much down to bedrock. Well, sounds like I got the target in the pan. And I still got a target on the bedrock. I like that. Let's see if we can locate it. Well, it's in my hand. Now it's in the pan. Well, it sounds like we got several targets down in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pan what we got, and then I got to move a couple of rocks and we'll dig this whole area out and see if we can locate those targets a little closer. All right, I'll be right back. Well, I got that panned out. Got 3 pieces of lead and one nice little piece of gold. Let me show you. Okay, with the sunlight, it's really hard for me to see what I'm doing, but hopefully you can see the 3 pieces of lead and one nice, kind of flat, but a nice sized flake. Okay, well, it's starting to get kind of late, but there's no way I can leave now because we still got targets. So I'm going to dig best I can. I'm going to try to clean this area up best I can and see if I can get all these targets out of here. Well, what I've been doing to save time is as I dig this gravel out, I put like half a pan, and then I'll check the pan with the metal detector. If I don't get a target, I just throw it in the pile over here. And this pan, you can hear we got a light target in it. So the ones I have a target in, I'll pan those out, and then hopefully we'll get down because we still got our targets down here. Okay, I'm gonna go pan this. I'll be right back. We got us another one of those tiny little lead BBs. All right, back to digging. Oh, and no gold, not even a speck. Okay, now back to digging. Well, I think I found my target, and it's not a good one. Square nail. Okay, I got that out of there. We'll check this, see if there's anything else in there. Well, it sounds like we still got a target. Looks like we got it in the pan. I'm gonna check everything else here. Okay, well, I'm gonna go pan this out, see what this one is. Well, that target turned out to be a little tiny piece of that nail. Now I've dug this out some more and check, see if I got that real light target or if we're any closer to the light target. Well, it sounds like we got it in the pan. I'm getting nothing in the hole. I'm getting no readings at all. One more time. I'm heading to the creek. I'll be right back. Well, I got that panned out and I target a small piece of gold, which is a lot better than our last pan. But the problem is it's a small piece of gold. Let me show you. Here, it's small, it's chunky, but small. And there's another piece, and there's a couple real fine ones over here. But pretty small piece. As we're going up over here, our gold is getting smaller and smaller. So right now I have no targets up in here. So I think we're going to drop back down to this lower area where the gold was a little bit bigger. We still have 2 targets down here we never did finish getting. And it is getting late, so I think we're going to jump down and see if we can find these 2 targets. Well, I thought we had 2 over here, but I'm only finding 1 now. So we'll go ahead and dig up that 1, see what it is. Well, I'm not hearing a target. Okay, we got it in the pan. Not sure what it is, but there's not much material in this pan. There wasn't a whole lot in that crevice. Okay, I'll be right back. Glad I went down to that one. Our target turned out to be a little chunky piece and a smashed piece of lead. Let me show you. Okay, you can see here, got a flat piece of lead and a nice little round chunky piece. It's getting late. I'm getting pretty warm and I ran out of water a little while ago. So what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick up all my gear. I got stuff spread all over the place here. Pick up all my gear, move it over to one spot. Then I'm going to come back and metal detect this whole area. If I don't get any targets, we're going to call it a day. If I do, we're going to keep digging. Well, that's it for me. I'm hot, I'm tired, I'm thirsty, but I have gold. Okay, well, I'm going to gather everything up, head to the truck. I'll see you back at the house. Back at the house, and you can believe it's the next day. I think I might be getting old. I'm a little sore after yesterday. Okay, before we jump to the scale, one thing I want to cover is I've decided that I'm going to put all my lead in this jar, and at the end of the year we're going to weigh up how much lead we've pulled out of the environment every year, and this is what I got so far. Okay, well, I got that gold cleaned up. Let's jump over and see how we did. Okay. Looks like 2.14 grams. Not a bad little spread of gold. Get a little over 2 grams. I'm okay with that. Now, after cleaning the gold up, and there's a lot of fine gold that's left in the pan that I didn't put on the scale because it's hard to get it out of it. It just takes too much time. We'll clean that up this winter when we got nothing better to do. Now, looking at that gold, I know there's a lot of fine gold in that gravel we stockpiled. So I'm thinking we might head back up there and maybe set up a sluice, run all that gravel through there, and then I'm thinking do a little more exploring because I'm pretty sure we can pick up another piece or two out of that area before I give it up and we move on up creek. Okay, well, that's all I got on this one. I got to get to work. So you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next video.